Sak Pase.
What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Team Sak Pase Podcast, and we're live at Rebel Restaurant. Give it up, y'all.
Give it up for Rebel Restaurant. People in the back, I want to hear you. I feel like I'm at a concert right now. Thank you. My man Al right here, the bartender right here, he's doing his thing. Let's go. Yes.
I'm glad.
I'm Rob. And thank you again. We are live at Rebel Restaurant and Bar and Lounge and live podcast. Whoa, the mic is falling and everything is going. It's dope. The vibe is crazy. Beautiful weather. We are appreciative, Nafisa and Fred, for giving us the opportunity and the floor. Thank you again. But without further ado, our next guest, we have the ultimate Mr. Like, first of all, this dude is so talented. Like, I was checking out his Instagram. It's like, this kid is so talented. God bless him. And I see a lot of great, I see a great vision for him. Without further ado, Mr. J.Dollaz. Thank you.
What up,
Thank
Brody?
you. You got caught up?
What's up, Brody? What's
going on,
good?
Did you like that intro?
I did.
Thank you.
What's going on, man? Sak Pase Podcast, man. Thank you for having me. You heard?
Yeah,
How you feeling?
Yes.
I'm feeling good, my brother.
All right.
It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
What you been up to, man? Tell us.
I just been grinding, man. I've been working on the music heavy, man, nonstop. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Rocking my New Yorkers hip hop hoodie in the
No
background.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No
We
doubt.
doing our thing out here, baby.
That's a classic. That's classic.
Now we're gonna get right into it. So we want to talk about, like, you write music without writing it down. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir, man. I don't write a lot of my raps, man. I just get in the studio and I make it happen because I'm legally blind. I'm visually impaired. A lot of people would just call it blind or fully sighted, but there's a whole world in between being legally blind and having 100% vision, man. And I'm a legally blind hip hop artist, bro.
Before we get into that, talk to us about, like, the music. Like, how do you get into that mindset of, do you need a certain vision? Like, do you have to hear a beat? Like, or do you already know what kind of what you want to talk to, what kind of concept you want to talk about on the beat?
So, I mean, me, man, I grew up listening to Jay-Z, Rick Ross. I love J. Cole. Those is my guys. Like, I'm more of a conscious rapper. I make music with a message, you know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, I try to just deliver great content to the people, you know what I'm saying? And I try to get in the studio. I find beats that really touch my soul first and foremost. It got to touch my soul before it touch your soul, you know what I'm saying? And then I lay a great message over it, you know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about your message when you talk about you're just rhyming off the dome. So we hear a lot of rappers that they go into the studio and, like, where do you get your inspiration when you're in that zone?
I get a lot of my inspiration from my environment, my brother. Honestly, like, my environment, man, we living in a real messed up, chaotic world. As you seen during the pandemic, a lot of our black brothers and sisters was being murdered and gunned down just for no reason, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
By the hands of the police, by the hands of our own kind, and it's just, enough is enough, man. And I know it's been going on way since before I was born, but somebody got to try to step up and make a change. And if I could change my little slice of the pie, and hopefully that little slice of the pie that I changed, somebody motivated from there to go change another slice of the pie, I feel like I accomplished something.
Now, talk about changing the piece of the pie. Like, not only are you a dope artist, right? Because you come in there, you don't write your rhymes, but like you said, you're legally blind. Talk a little bit about that. Like, go into depth with that.
So my whole life, I was born legally blind. I got an eye condition called optic nerve hypoplasia. And so basically what that is the blood flow between my eye and my brain is smaller than the average. Like, the cord that connects those two things that deliver the blood and the transmission is smaller than the average person. And so I get less of the message when it comes to actually seeing certain things that people with 20/20 may see. So that definitely like affected my life growing up, because I always had to fight a harder battle to let people know, like, yo, I'm able to do everything that the next person is able to do. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of molded me into the man that I am today. And then music was always an escape for me, whether it was gospel music or, you know, just hip hop music, R&B, whatever it was. Like, I grew up in the church with my grandmother, so it just, you know, music was always that thing where I felt like I could vent, and I felt like somebody would understand me through the music.
Wow, that's powerful.
That's powerful.
So throughout this whole process, but you never let your passion stop you.
Never ever, man.
That's what's up.
If anything, it drove me even more, right? It put more fuel in my gas tank to go even harder, because I had to let people know, like, yo, I'm able to do, and not only am I able to do, but everyone with a disability is able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they overlook us. We always so overlooked in society. Like, people, they judge us just without even knowing who we are, you know? So I had to go hard, and I'm going to continue to go hard for anybody that's like me that has any type of disability.
That's what's up. You hear that out there? No excuses.
Yeah, no excuses. So what's the difference between blind and being visually impaired?
So the main difference between being blind and visually impaired is that somebody that's totally blind, they can't see this picture, they can't see the painting, right? As opposed to like a person like me, I have enough vision, as you clearly could see, to see the painting, to see the picture, but I may not be able to tell every detail. Like, I may not be able to tell every color, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know, homie, I could tell like he kind of got an afro, but somebody who has a different degree of being visually impaired, they may not be able to tell that, you know what I'm saying? Because they just they have way less vision, or sometimes people could still be visually impaired and have way more vision but still not be by legal definition have enough vision to do things like drive and different things like that, because there's a spectrum, right? When you go to the eye doctor, they have a chart, right? And if you could read everything on the chart, they label you 20/20. Right. But the chart goes from 20/20 to 20/200. And if you fall under 20/200, you're legally blind by definition of like the law. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let's take it back to, like, when you mentioned your grandmother. So let's talk about your childhood. Like, where were you born? How was your upbringing?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Marcy Ave, stand up, baby. You know
Sak
the vibes,
Pase,
man,
Brooklyn.
every time,
You already
baby.
know.
Brooklyn all day, baby.
No doubt. Sak Pase, Brooklyn. You dig?
You know, my childhood was good, bro. You know, we grew up in Marcy. I got a mother and a father, you know what I'm saying? I got the whole family, you know what I'm saying? I put nothing before family. And, you know, we grew up in Marcy, and then, you know, we was able and fortunate to move and, you know, get a nice brownstone in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying, and kick back. But, you know, the family is the family, and I grew up, you know, my mom tried to shelter me. My pops let me do whatever it was that I needed to do to be out here. My pops had me riding motorcycles and all that and playing basketball. So, you know what I'm saying, he always believed that I could do more than what the doctor said, you know what I'm saying? And that's a part of the reason that I'm out here and I'm able to just stand and be a strong man today, you know what I'm saying?
So, like, when did you start taking the music seriously?
I would say I started taking the music serious like 2013. I kind of put out some of my first videos and stuff like that, but I've been doing music my whole life. Like, my moms and pops, they bought me a Mac laptop when I was young, and I used a program called GarageBand to do some of my first recordings, you know what I'm saying? Wow. And I just used to freestyle, trying to get my craft together. So I had hundreds of records, like, over industry beats that I was just freestyling to, trying to get my craft together, you know what I'm saying? And then it just kept developing from there.
Who were some of your influences that you were listening to at the time?
I always listen to Jay-Z first and foremost. Like, that's my guy. Sean Carter, baby. That's my guy. But you know, Biggie Smalls, my cousin Donnell, we call him Esco. He used to babysit me when I was young, and he put me down like in front of the speakers and all that, and he made me listen to the DMX album, the one where he had all the blood on him.
Oh, right,
and I listened to that album from front to back, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of those guys was my inspiration, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm a young guy. I'm 27, but I'm an old soul, bro. I love old school music.
That's crazy, because we met a few years ago when you connected with Gil Rios,
yes, sir.
Who's actually shooting. He's behind the camera right
Gil
now.
right here.
Yes, sir. That's my guy.
Gil has a special place.
He does.
In his heart for what you do and what you're about.
Yes, he does.
Talk about what y'all been doing over the last couple of years, last few years.
I say it like this, Mel. Gil is my brother from another mother. He's my older brother, bro. Like that's my cornerstone. Like we met maybe 6 years ago, you know what I'm saying, or probably a little bit more, but around 6 years ago, and I told him my story, and we shot my first music video in Marcy, and nobody showed up, bro. Like, we was on a side block, you know what I'm saying, with trucks and all that at night, and nobody came in the beginning, and like, he was just like, yo, bro, don't even worry about it. Like, we gonna make this happen. Like, he just always believed in me, bro. Like, on a whole different level, though. Like you don't even understand. Like, on a whole different level.
You said nobody showed up, meaning like you invited people.
I invited people to my video.
Friends and family.
I invited them to my music video. This was like maybe my third ever music video shooting, and I invited people out, and you know, this is my first time, you know what I'm saying? I paid Gil whatever he was worth at the time, you know what I'm saying? Because prices definitely went up since then, but you know what I'm saying?
Not today's price.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So prices went up then, but I paid him whatever he was worth then. And shout out to the big homie Ty Tracks who connected us. But we started the video and nobody was there, bro. Like, nobody was there, and I was feeling down, bro. I was feeling a little bit hurt, and he just was like, yo, bro, like, don't even worry about it. Like, just perform, rap your rap, and we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make the video look good. And eventually some people did come out, but it was hard in the beginning because I thought nobody was showing up.
And
bro.
now fast forward, I heard that you recently just did a music video with Fat
Man Scoop
in Miami. I did, bro. This dude,
talk about
this dude's Instagram. He's on a yacht, and I'm like, yo, that's my man J.Dollaz.
Talk about that. Yeah.
Yo, we came a long way, bro. My homie Fat Man Scoop. He's the homie now. We talk all the time. My cousin P, who's in the industry as well. He connected me with Fat Man Scoop, so I'm always gonna show love where love is due. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. And we went out to Miami and we shot a crazy video. The single is called Set You Free. It's gonna be out sometime next year, and we're gonna roll out a crazy campaign for it. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of the biggest features that I was able to get. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the family, and it's gonna be a great record. It's for the ladies, you know what I'm saying, and it's a dope ride. It's a dope vibe.
So you working right now on an EP, a total album?
So I'm working on my second album. Right now I got an album out called Keeping That Same Energy. I also got an EP out called Everyone's Lost, and then I did a Valentine's Day EP that I put out called Out on Love. So you know, I'm trying to put more music out on these streaming platforms for people to be able to stream. But this album that I'm putting together right now, this is gonna be the album that is like, you gonna know about me after it's done.
I love the confidence. So now let's talk about as a hip hop artist, like, what are the challenges that you face now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're 27. I'm from a different from a different generation. But what are the challenges right now that you face?
The challenges is honestly just, and it's gonna sound funny, but the challenges right now is just exposure. Social media created this open field where everybody could kind of run around and say that they are artists, and they could say they do this and they do that, and so the game becomes oversaturated with people who are not creating good content. You know what I'm saying? But you know, to each his own as far as that goes, because everybody like different type of music. But it's just about exposure, because everybody wants to be that person that's heard and saw. And so I think that's one of the biggest challenges. And then also as an artist, bro, you front everything until you get backing from some major labels or some major investors. You front everything. So everything y'all see me do on social media, I'm coming out of my pocket to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you coming out of that was my next question. I was gonna say, do you have somebody financially supporting you on that? Like, do you have like sponsors?
Not really, bro. We had a couple people that came and went that, you know, threw $1,000 up here or $500 up there, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, consistently, I'm coming out of my pockets, bro. I maxed my credit cards out for this, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I love my music, and I gotta make it. Ain't no other option for me. So with that being said, I'm willing to throw everything against the wall, and we going get it or die trying, basically, you know what I'm saying?
50 Cent has a popular saying, consistency is the key. Being consistent. Talk a little bit about being consistent in your craft.
I try to be consistent, man. Some of the ways that I try to stay consistent is I built up a home studio. So I got the Neumann U87. That's a $3,500 microphone. For those who don't know, that's in every standard. That's the standard microphone in every professional studio that you go to.
For $3,500?
$3,500 just for your microphone. I got that in my crib, and I record myself in the crib, and I make a lot of records in the crib, and then I send them off to my engineer to get mixed and mastered. You might catch me in the big studios and all that. I definitely go there as well, but I mainly go there when I gotta bring other artists in to do records with them, because I know some people feel, iffy about coming to the crib and all that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll book Premiere Up or Quad or one of them studios, and we be in there. We've been in there for years. You know what I'm saying? But again, all of that come out the pocket. That come out my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Those are tax write-offs too. At the end of the day,
and that's why I got to get more professional, because I don't have my own business. You know what I'm saying? I don't write things off on taxes that I should be writing off. You know what I'm saying? So moving forward, I got one of my good friends who's a tax attorney. He does a lot of that stuff.
Perfect.
I'm about to start sitting down with him a lot, and I'm gonna open up my own business, and I'm gonna start writing all of these expenses off, because I gotta be on top of my grind in every capacity, not just the music, but the business side of it.
Right.
A little bit about that, because this is an entrepreneurship podcast. Talk a little bit about how important it is for an artist like yourself, or any artist, to make sure that their legal stuff in the background is just as important.
It's so important to have your legal stuff together when it comes to this music, and I'm still learning every day, between copywriting your music, making sure that the producers that you work with get credit for the beats that they put together, making sure that people get their percentages for records that they worked on, like Fat Man Scoop. I gotta figure out, I paid him for that feature, so now I gotta legally figure out, does he want a percentage of the royalties for the song, or are we going to do a work for hire paperwork, you know what I'm saying, where it just states that I hired you for this particular job and now you don't make any more money off of it. You know what I'm saying? I got to figure out what it is, but I didn't do all of that prior to this. So it's like I paid him for the feature, but he could still come back and hit me and be like, yo, I want 25% of the royalties, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because I didn't do the contract before we did the record, either I gotta give him the 25% or try to negotiate with him, or I can't put the record out.
Gotcha.
And these are things that are so important for artists to understand. If you're gonna do records with certain people, and they because in this industry sometimes people get friendship confused with business, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, me and him are friends, but I know that at the end of the day, we're not friends enough that's going to overshadow that business, you know what I'm saying? So if I don't do the right things with paperwork wise, he could really do whatever he want, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that I think he will, because I don't think he will, but I'm just saying overall, you know what I'm saying? I think it's so important for artists to have their paperwork together no matter what they're doing in this industry.
Absolutely. So really quick, before we wrap up, you already hooked up with Fat Man Scoop, dope video on a yacht in Miami. Who do you anticipate in the future? Who would you like to work with, feature-wise?
I think the next artist that we about to get up with Jadakiss. So I'm about to make something happen with Jada, man. I've been kind of talking about it with a couple people behind the scenes for a couple months now. And I think that's something that I want to make happen real soon. So I think Jada is definitely the next homie that I'm getting up with. And we're going to keep working our way up the list from there. I think Jada's a legend, bro. He's a legend. He's dope. And I think that I met him a few years ago in the strip club, and I just want to run it back real quick. I met him a few years ago in the strip club when I was performing. I opened up for him in the strip club, and he came to the stage because whatever I was performing was so hot to him that he came to the stage. And when I was done with my performance, he said what's up to me, and I didn't know who he was because I was blind. So I thought he was just another promoter dude in the strip club. And then later on, my homies told me, yo, that was Jada that came up to you and said, what's up? And I was so upset because I felt like he was loving the music that I was performing, that I wanted to have a conversation with him that I never got to have. You know what I'm saying? At that particular time.
That'll come
and so it bothered me a lot. And that's something that I never want to go through again. You know what I'm saying? And, with that being said, that's something that I had to overcome with my visual impairment. I had to make sure my team told me who was who right away. You know what I'm saying? And so I could be able to talk to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Wow. Now, really quick, let people know again, with your disability, let people know that there's no excuses out there to go after your dreams.
I mean, you just said it the best, bro. You got to take control of your life. No matter what obstacles that you facing, you got to get up every day and try to grind in some way, shape, or form. I'm not telling you to get a 9 to 5. I'm not telling you to make up with your friends that you may have lost. I'm just telling you to get up and be active. And if you need help with anything, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody, anybody, to help you achieve your goals, bro.
That's what's up. Ask your famous question, your 5 years question.
Wow. So, J.Dollaz, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years from now?
In 3 to 5 years,
Yes.
I want to be somewhere on 50 acres of land, building up a resort for my family to run that resort, run that business. I want to be somewhere where I can make change in my community from everybody that I grew up with and for everybody that's going through the struggles. That's where I want to be in 3 to 5 years.
That's what's
I
up,
want to
man.
be in that position right there.
That's what's up. It seems like you got your purpose, right? Like you're here for a purpose, bro.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people don't know their purpose, and I applaud you.
Thank you, bro.
From the bottom of my
Thank
heart,
y'all,
like, that's-
thank y'all.
that's
Thank
deep.
you to Team Sak Pase for having me today, bro.
That's
It means
what's
a
up.
lot.
Let people know where they can find you and your music, on you on social media.
You can find me at J.Dollaz Music everywhere. If you're looking for me on Spotify, Apple Music title, it's J.Dollaz, and that's all one word. J.Dollaz, all one word. Instagram is J.Dollaz Music, J.Dollaz Music. Holla at your boy.
That's what's up.
Wow,
You heard it here first.
That's deep, bro.
J.Dollaz Music.
Bro, you just dropped.
Thank you.
Gems. Thank you, bro.
Great
Thank
story,
you
great
again.
story.
So listen, remember, so this is another episode of the Team Sak Pase Podcast. And yes, we had J.Dollaz right here. And let me tell you, bro, like
That
he
was
just
up.
dropped like
A lot of gems.
a lot of gems just
No
now.
excuses.
No excuses. Follow us on Team Sak Pase Podcast. And remember, subscribe.
Right.
Subscribe so we can get a lot of people like J.Dollaz on here. And that's it, man. Thank you so much, fellas. Take care.
Peace.
Yeah.